wins against Hartlepool with 1 draw. Then the President's Cup, Kotoko won. He makes it 5 wins against Hartlepool with 1 ending in a draw. So 6 matches, 5 wins for Kotoko, 1 draw since the 2023-24 season. That is the dominance of the Porcupines against Hartlepool. But one may ask, for me, as a statistician, I never thought that Heart and Kotoko would be playing at the University of Ghana Stadium. But of course, in the Greater Accra, it's the 3rd time a different venue in the Greater Accra is hosting Hartlepool and Kotoko, from the Accra Sports Stadium to Elwak, and now at the University of Ghana Stadium. For the first time, Kotoko and Hartlepool are playing at the University of Ghana Stadium. But there's an interesting stat I want to share with you, and that is, I'm sure you may start guessing now. Since Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO started playing at the University of Ghana Stadium, they have either won 2-1 or lost 2-1 at the venue, and that was against Legon Cities last season. It ended 2-1. They won again 2-1 against Golden Cake at the same venue. Then in the GHALCA top 4, they lost 2-1 against Gosa. So most often the results between Kotoko often it's either 2-1, and the possibility of Kotoko scoring is high. Again, if we are looking at Kotoko scoring and conceding very high at the Legon Stadium, let's look at Coach Didi Dramani's record as well. Didi, as Hartlepool head coach, has scored in each of the matches played. And when he lost to Kotoko 2-1 to the GHALCA top 4, he scored in every match. So possibility again, Hartlepool getting a goal is likely about 80% chance, and then Kotoko also scoring and conceding is about plus 50%. So it makes the game difficult. Now we are looking at what we should expect here. We know that both sides in the history of the GHALCA top have won it 3 times, and so they are doing well. If you go to the history of the Premier League since 2000, Hartlepool have won 7, Kotoko have won 7, and so in terms of cup history in the past few years, it's been a battle between both sides. And so we are looking at Coach Abdul Karim Zito, Masudi Dramani. Both sides have never won the competition before, and they are meeting again in the first time in the GHALCA top 4. And Kotoko since 2003, of course, they've had the dominance in the GHALCA top 4. And if you look at their performance against Hartlepool, and again in the history of the competition, in terms of performance, Kotoko is up there, where since 2003 they've managed a lot of victories against Hartlepool, winning 4 times, Hartlepool winning 2 times, and then 4 ending in a draw. So 10 matches played between both sides in the GHALCA top 4 since 2003. Hartlepool have won twice, Kotoko have won 4 times, and 4 times ending in the draw. You go back to 1977, and then in the 80s as well. If you add those 2 matches to it, Kotoko have won 5 times, Hartlepool have won 3 times, 4 has ended in a draw. So we look at it in a very difficult manner. This is a drawing board for both sides. Hartlepool are going with a 3-back system, and the 3-back system, they have Ali Mohammed, who signed for them from Vision FC. Then they have David Oponafani. He's a former player of Team Faisal, but he's been with Hartlepool for some time now. And Kevin Osesibe, who also at a point played for Techiman 11 Wonders. So the 3 centre backs would be there for Hartlepool, and so it means that their right back will move here. So we have Amankwa here. I remember. So we have former right back here and the new right back, Yao Amankwa Minku, who is a legend. Then we have another right back who is being deployed as a right wing back today. And so that is it. So the left back will move here, so pave way. And if you look at how to set up, it means that one player would have to drop to the back, then makes it 3-back. So when we get a 3-back system, it makes it more now difficult for both sides. But of course, it is going to be difficult to encounter because Kotoko are going with the 3 attackers, obviously. And the 3 attackers, Kwame Poku would be the center forward for the team, Albert Amoa. And for the first time, we have one player also starting some matches we've not seen him, that is Saka Dauda. And so Saka Dauda would be in the attack for Kumasi ASANTE Kotoko. Saka Dauda will be joining the Kotoko attack, and then we have 3 for Kumasi ASANTE Kotoko. Then Hartlepool playing the 3-back system. Then the 2 wing backs will come here. Then we have a space for Kotoko. So Saka Dauda from the left side, Albert Armour from the right, and then Kwame Poku as a center forward. This would be the Kotoko attackers against Hartlepool. But it looks like Hartlepool will rely on Martin Kakari, and then if you have Martin Kakari as a striker, Martin Kakari, and then Frank Ibuladuku, who joined Hartlepool from Vision FC. So Kakari would be here as he'll be playing alongside Frank Ibuladuku. And one of the things I'm looking up to is the midfield battle. The midfield battle will be very difficult. I want to see how Abdul Karim and then Philip Amu are going to battle in the midfield. And Lord Hilary Adabo will be deployed as a defensive midfielder. Lord will be played as a defensive midfielder. He signed from FC Samatex for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Then Hartlepool will have one defensive midfielder, that is Abdul Karim. So this is likely the stats or on the board, how the teams will be deployed. But for Hartlepool, Braduku will be leading the attack for them. Then Martin Kakari will be here. Then the Kotoko will have Emmanuel Entry as well, and Entry would have a lot of role to play to distribute the passes to the strikers. He has to do the final job for the strikers. So Abedetamo, Kwame Poku, Saka Dada, if they will be having more chances to score, then Emmanuel Entry would have a lot of role to play. And for her to focus in, we have a lot of job to do. So we have like for like starters for Heart and Kotoko. If you talk about Karim as a defensive midfielder, we talk about Lord Hilary Adabo, we talk about Emmanuel Entry, we talk about Hussein Mohammed, and that makes the game a difficult one. Let me finally end with the two shot stoppers. Mohamed Kamara is back in post for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and Benjamin Asare is in for Hartlepool. These shot stoppers have given us the best in the Premier League last season. We look at them in the GHALCA top 4, and interestingly, both sides have played, 1-1 matches each, because Kamara was used in one of the matches, then the next goalkeeper was also used in other games. Then Benjamin Asari played the last game, where Sharif Schweib also had the opportunity to play for the side. It looks like this starting 11 is the potential Premier League starters. I'm sure both sides, both coaches, Abdul Karim Tito and then Didi Dramani, will not gamble with their starting.
Exactly. All right, not gambling with their statics. Thank you so much. So I'm sure you've learned a thing or two on the board, as well as the history behind these two clubs. Importantly, you know what is at stake this evening. Also, as Mo rightly stated, if it ends in favor of Hartlepool, you know how the table will look like and whatever is going to go. All right, let's now check out the lineup. They are out now, so there you have it. The lineup for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Kamara obviously will be imposed for his side, and definitely this is how it's going to look like this evening for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So Kamara back imposed for the side after that blunder that occurred in the first game against Gold Stars, and we're going to be seeing the likes of Kwame Poku again. Also, we've got Shaibu Abubakar and the likes of Samba O'Neill, and then Zakaria Hussein is also starting. And then in the starting lineup, we're going to be seeing Francis Aqua, Hubert Jehu, and then also Jordan Emisa in the midfield. We're going to see Samuel Tinedu and then Donzo Morphing. So this is the starting 11 for Kumasi Asante Kotoko currently. And what should we expect tonight? Let me start with the Kotoko, former Kotoko striker here in the studio, Eric Beckman. Eric, with this lineup, what should fans of Kotoko expect? Is it a win for Kotoko, or as I think
what we are seeing now, the selection that Kojito brought to board is typically the starters that he's going to use for the league itself, and then for Africa as a whole. And looking at the way he has paraded the upfront, if they are to have the bite, which the Rastaman is the one who have to feed the top men, because Kwame Poku, for all I know, he will not stand up there as the spearhead. Kwame Poku and then Albert Hamwa, the two of them, they always want to operate from the wings before. But the Donzu that came, he is a typical number 9, the box-to-box type. He is that type, but for him to play, meaning he's going to do more running with the balls, because they are going to pressure the back line of House of Oak to commit some blunders. And when it comes to the House of Oak goalkeeper, that is dribbling that he's been doing. If today you should do those things with Kwame Poku and Abetamwa, he's going to have a very, very big problem today.
Yeah, so there you see the lineup, and then the advice from the legend himself. Kwame Poku, Albert Amwa, Philip Amo, Zakaria Fuseni, I told you already, is also starting. Hilary Adabo, Emmanuel Entry, and Saka Dauda starting this evening. Shaibu, and then in post you're going to be having Kamara, Samba O'Neill there, and Patrick Esedu. So these are the starting 11 from the Kumasi ASANTE Kotoko this evening. And for Kumasi ASANTE Kotoko, let me say good evening to Joe Boy. Joe Boy is the area manager for MGI Microfinance in Kumasi. He's a stout Kotoko supporter. He says if I don't greet him, he's my contact too. So Joe Boy, yeah, I know you are doing the watching inside Kumasi.
I'm hoping that he can sleep tonight.
Joe Boy and Frank Osei also is the manager for the Kumasi terminal when it comes to Uber Express. Yeah, so Joe Boy and then Frank, I know you're doing the watching. Let's pray your side wins, and then yeah, I can call you tonight so that we can have a thing about. So I'll be coming to Kumasi too. So yeah, for those of you who were on me that I'm laughing at Kumasi ASANTE Kotoko, I wasn't laughing at Kumasi ASANTE Kotoko. It was legend Yamakrameku who, was talking about something, and we all were having fun here, even with the Queen. So don't take it as though that we are making fun of Kumasi ASANTE Kotoko. That's not the point. And so you don't know the love I have for Kotoko. You don't know my trace with Kotoko though. So hey, let me go to the legend Yamakrameku. What's the story going to be like this evening? Are you winning despite the things you consulted and everything? Is it a win for Hatofo?
I want to ask
Mo
a question. He was, according to his statistics that he made, Kotoko has won 5 matches from 2023 to date, right? Okay, I want to ask him, that 5 wins and that 4-0, which one is more painful?
Oh my goodness!
Legend.
Can you answer that?
Legend. It depends on how I feel about it. Okay. Someone's priority will be the 4-0, someone's priority will be the performance.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Joy, you see, for me, it's about ruling for long. And this is just one game.
Yeah.
But we are ruling consistently. So this is where, we're talking about. You are saying only one match.
But
you are saying 4-0. And then you are not ashamed to talk about it. And look at how confident Eric is. I know we have one game, and then we have won 5. No, but you are surprised. I'm not surprised about what. It's the holy truth. You see, 4-0. And they're losing like 2-1, like was saying 2-1, 2-1 thing there. I don't think it's that much painful. Joel, you see, for me, today I'm my man. I'm praying because it has been consistent. It has been consistent. And that is why I'm saying that this is some of the jobs of the coaches, that you stop the player from coming to that error in a game situation. Because he does it in training grounds. He does it. So you have to stop him. So for me, if the player keeps doing the same error, it tells you the player is not intelligent. He's not learning enough. He's not learning. Because for him to commit the same error, that it's not an error that can be maybe a result in not maybe losing a match, but always it's resulting in losing a match. It's a very, very difficult thing. So I'm praying that if only Asibe will not commit his thing,
then you are carrying the day.
Oh,
But then you have Ghana's number one. People,
so he can commit the let me run.
Ghana's number one.
Yeah, he's in post.
So
let me run through the lineup now for Accra Hatsufo. It's Ghana's number one goalkeeper who is in post. We've got Benjamin Asari in post. Amankwa Befi is also starting. Ransford Mensah as well as Ali Mohammed. And Kevin Osei-Sibe is in there. Abdul Karim, Hussein Mohammed, David Oponga Frani, George Paku, Martin Karikari, and Frank Abura Duku. So this is the starting 11 for Accra Hearts of Oak. We'll be going over to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium pretty shortly, where the kickoff is just about starting. Well, so there you see it. The University of Ghana Stadium is full. Were you expecting this? Look at it. When it's Accra Hearts of Oak, Kumasi, ASANTE KOTOKO, when they're even playing at your backyard, you will get the people to
and you see, Joe,
my goodness.
For me, Kalkari should have the day. Like when we played Gold Stars. Look at the performance Kalkari put up. And for me, I'm praying that he also has his day. Because if Kalkari should have his day, look at the kind of technique that, Eric was even saying, wow, we were all amazed. And so for me, if Kalkari should have his day today, then I think House of Folk is ahead. Exactly. And so for me, I'm praying that also Asibe and this
don't say Asibe, say our man. You and I. No, our man.
You and I.
He's a Kotoko player.
No problem. You see, yes, at times it seems like he's playing. Joy, you see, for me, you have Asibe. For me, Asibe, like I was saying, I've advocated for this guy for a long time. But then these errors, it can also be a dent.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? For being called to the national team. And two, for me, if Ibrahim, the guy from the centre back for Heart of Oak, from is it young apostles.
Ali Mohammed.
Ali Mohammed. Sure.
So if Ali and Asibe should have their day and are able to,
which one will not have his day?
No, they will have. And so yeah, I'm praying that if these two guys are able to, hold on to
Kwame
Poku and Abet, I think we are down with it. And so because this Kwame Poku and Abet, they can do some kind of interpositional changes. You can find Albert as the spearhead, you can find Poco as the spearhead, and that is very, 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 very dangerous for us. And so for me, I'm praying that we can handle them as well, and then Kalkari will do his own thing up front, and then our number one, the whole Ghana, including our president, our excellency, John Dramani Mahama. Benjamin is our number one goalkeeper. You cannot find any player in Kotoko to have that position. It's only House of Folk. Ghana's number one is coming from House of Folk, and that tells you our in our post clear. Our post, we don't have problem. So I'm praying that Kalkari and Co, they just bang in the goals. And we are done.
I think Mo Shaban wants to tell us something before we go. Mo.
Yes, so quick one. I want to share with you the statistics of Didi Dramani. If you look on the screen, Didi has made a significant impact since joining Heart of Oak, especially in the matches. He's lost to Kotoko. In fact, when he took over Heart of Oak, a few days he has
how it's going to look like this evening for Kumasi ASANTE KOTOKO.
Hey!
Football aside,
I'm going to hear about how. I'm going to La Liga about how.
Gold Stars. We're going to be seeing the likes of Kwame.
Asempa for the La Liga. La Liga,
another clean sheet here. If you add the goals, a total of 4 goals to score. Then the last
La Liga lineup.
he managed a draw against Gold Stars, come back, and then he scored 6 goals in 4 4
Yeah,
matches
let them
as
sound so
head coach. Let's look at the number of times he's considered against Kotoko and against Gold Stars. He's considered 3. So in terms of defense, he's building up the team gradually. But you look at the Dramani for the lineups, we'll look at them pretty shortly. But then we are looking at Didi Dramani, Abdul Karim Zito. And when Zito took over Kumasa ASANTE KOTOKO, a few games to the FA Cup final, and that was the game against Bricum Chelsea. He won by a goal to nil at the TNA Stadium. Then in the final at the University of Ghana Stadium, cemented a 2-1 victory against his opponent. Then from there, he came to win against Folk in the President's Cup 2-1. So look at the victory in his recent performance, the FA Cup victory, then the President's Cup he won, and so he was doing well. Then in the Toyota Cup, managed a 3-2 win on penalty against Kaiser Chiefs, and that was a good performance in South Africa, and it was the Toyota Cup. Then the fans were expecting Kotoko to keep up performing until their last 2 matches.
If you are in Accra, Medina, East Legon, Mambo, wherever you are, this is the clash we've been waiting for all this while. The biggest clash on the Ghana football calendar. ASANTE Folk taking on Kotoko in the El Clasico Super Clash of Ghana football, and we are live at the E Stadium for this big clash here in Ghana. Players, combatants ready. Kotoko, it's Mohamed Kamara in goal. Samba, the captain for the side. Zakaria Husseini, Asidu Patrick, Hilary, Adabo Lord, Saka Dauda, Mampoku is back. Shaibu Abubakar, Philip Amwa, Albert Amwa, and NG Emmanuel 11 for the Warriors, coached by Abdul Karim Zito. There they are now, being also the coach on the sidelines, getting ready for this battle for his team. Zito there for you, and of course we are set, battle lines drawn, referees ready as well to get us going in the Super Clash here at the GG Stadium in, of course, Accra. What should we be looking out for in the Super Clash here, Jones Achi?
Well, anytime these 2 teams meet, trust me, there's nothing like a friendly, there's nothing like the preseason game, there's nothing. Even in the President Cup, we saw how important it was for these 2 teams. Now, Coach Karim Zito has brought back the first team that started in the on match day 1, and then on match day 2 we saw a different setup. And then of course Benjamin Asari also in there. It tells you how important this game is for the Porcupine Warriors, and they can't get their hands on the GHALCA trophy. But believe me, the fans have shown caution to them that if they win this game, they will forgive them for not winning the GHALCA trophy. The fans of hope know that a win in this game will put them in pole position to get their hands on the trophy as well. So a lot at stake this evening.
And officials on your screens, of course, for the away side, ASANTE Folk, the Phobians, Benjamin Asari in goal, Japanese gave them, and the Phobians are Dramani, of course, wants them to win this so they can get their hands on the ultimate trophy as they in this top 4.
But also, don't forget that the likes of Benjamin Asari are back. Kelvin also also how important this game is for the movement. They lost in the President's Cup some weeks ago at the Accra Sports Stadium, and Coach Dramani played some fantastic football with from him and then the lads. So I expect some good football tonight, and Accra will want to get their hands on that trophy. As I said earlier, Kotoko want to support the party for the movement.
Battle lines drawn, some powder flying up in the skies here at the GG Stadium, and we are also ready live on CX1 TV, live on Star FM. My name again, Benjamin Yamon India, in commentary with my colleague Jones Achi, and we are outside. All this for the Q encounter here. It is a Mampoku to tee us off in this all important clash live at the GG Stadium. Referees